Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings, the one place on the internet where all we talk about is how to get happy, how to take that next step in your life, and how to build a plan so that you enjoy the journey of getting to where you want. Because what's the point of going on vacation if you're miserable the 2, 3 months beforehand? So, hi, I'm your host, Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel, medium, and law of attraction expert. And I love to come live Monday through Thursday just with this safe space on the internet. I like to start the shows with a general channel message from Spirit, and then I dive into free mini reads afterwards for those who are able to attend live. Um, any announcements? I am available for personal readings right now. So let me drop that link really quick. And I have my free gifts of a free meditation to meet your spirit guide, as well as a mini manifesting course. And looks like we got Antoinette in the house. What is up, Antoinette? Hey. All right, so let's get started, guys. Let us see what today's general message from Spirit is. What is our message from Spirit today? Breaking free from the past, gathering momentum to proudly step into your next chapter. This is really about a time for you guys to be willing to gather enough momentum to break through to the next chapter of your life. We've already covered that it's not about letting go or letting go of the past. That will always keep you there. Many of you are starting to lean into the next chapter of your life. And the only thing holding you back is that you're not letting yourself feel the goodness of that next chapter. There's like a little bit of guilt of, but others can't transform and enjoy this, but I've had it easier than others. It's that underlying guilt that we hope to help everyone dismantle in today's show. So it's about becoming you, which is a person who naturally likes to reside at happiness. And it's really about embracing that fact. I do prefer to be happy. I do like when happy feeling things come to me, happen for me. I love when good feeling things come to me. I love when I get to enjoy good feeling things. I love when I have good feeling friends to enjoy good feeling things. What you focus on, you get. So why not just bring your focus to good feeling things? I like the sun comes up and I don't have to do anything about it. I like feeling the warmth of it on my skin. I liked my phone call the other day. I enjoy this show, High Vibe Mornings. Why not be willing to put some of your focus on things that felt good to you? Once a day, just write a list. Here's all the things today that felt good. If you put your focus there, you're going to get more good feeling things. So that's our question to you guys as we dive into the mini read section of it. All right, Antoinette, Concha, what did you guys think of that? And I'm going to send, yeah, Concha, love it. Tell me your thoughts, ladies. And I'm going to see both of you later today. Yeah. I've been in acceptance of where I am now, and I want to look for the good again. Great message. All right, listen, Concha, your energy feels a little bit more prominent right now than Antoinette's. Thanks for showing up, you two, by the way. There'd clearly be no show without you two. And which one of you two didn't smash that like button? I'm gonna think it was Concha because I saw Antoinette's hey, 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 and I saw a like. So do you guys right now want to go over just list some 5 things that happened that were good, feeling good for you? It was me, smash the like. It's okay. We can call our moderator out from time to time. Okay, so 5 good feeling things. I had a really good walk this morning, enjoyed a really good conversation with my uncle this morning. Before I left to California, I was starting to look into sewing classes, and I was looking into using the sewing machine at the library, but it was a little cumbersome. And I just got a text this morning of a friend saying, "Hey, we've come across this sewing machine. Before we donate it, we wanted to see if you wanted it. We heard you talking about wanting to learn how to sew." So that kind of felt good to be thought about, to be cared about, to be randomly getting one from the universe. And it's small and portable, so it will work in the space I fit in. Um, let's see, what else good feeling thing happened? I'm allowing myself to feel better and better about business. I did a post in a Facebook group, and I loved seeing all the comments of support that was in that Facebook group. That felt really good. It does feel good, all this productivity I'm having. Let's see. I'm appreciating accepting what is. I was upset before. Um, it feels good to not be pushing against what is. It feels good to just be in a, hey, this is how it's playing out and rolling out. So it feels good to not have my emotions be such at sway with how things are panning out and playing out. It feels good to be more embodied in my own body so that I could choose how I feel no matter what's going on around me. Is that all what you're saying, Concha? I appreciate my skin. Okay, that's beautiful. Antoinette, it felt good. My aunt picked up Liv to and from school. My car is getting fixed. Oh, perfect. It felt good. It felt good that my aunt wanted to be involved in my daughter's life. It felt good that Liv is having another adult to help influence her. It felt good to feel supported, like Liv is being raised by a community instead of just me. Um, it felt good. It feels reassuring to know that there are other ways for Liv to get to and from school that don't involve me directly. I'm just helping you milk your good feeling list now. It felt good. My friend offered to drive me to my birthday outing this weekend. Oh, did I get your? Oh, your card got mailed late. You're not going to get it on your birthday. I'll be the one where you get a late happy birthday card, Antoinette. Happy early birthday. I felt good my friend offered to drive me to my birthday outing this weekend. It felt so good that my friend was thinking about my experience of my birthday. It felt so good that they kind of wanted to give me that special treatment. It felt good knowing that they weren't just thinking about showing up to celebrate, but about my experience of it as well. It felt good to be thought of. It felt good that someone cared about my enjoyment of something and was willing to go a little out of their way so that I enjoy a little bit more. I appreciate seeing a new perspective that the universe is showing me house by house what I'm looking for. Ooh, that's a big one for you, Concha. I appreciate this new perspective on life that I'm gaining, which is the appreciation of the journey. That the appreciation that life is essentially about deciding this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Um, and so I'm really appreciating that I'm clarifying exactly what I want out of a house. I appreciate that I'm enjoying it as the journey that it is, and I'm appreciating that I'm learning to enjoy it as a fun and good way to spend time. Do you see how that's what a lot of this is about for you, Concha? It's about just recognizing that that was an enjoyable way to spend time. This is how I like to spend my time. And I've narrowed it down the type of house I want. I'm gaining more clarity about what I'm looking for in the house. I had a friend come out and visit me who helped recognize, who helped show me how to like view a house. Like here are definitely things that I 100% want. Does this have it? Does it not? If it doesn't have it, then I'm out. I'm not going to spend any more time there. It feels good to have a relationship with my cousins again. It feels good reconnecting with people and getting a greater pool of social people I could reach out to and have a good time with. It felt good my mechanic arranged a schedule to fix my car. It felt really good that someone kind of was able to prioritize me and my needs. It helped me realize that we're all in this together. And to saving money. Okay, Concha, there's something in your energy though. I'm ready for the universe to bring it. Okay. I'm ready for the universe to bring it. What about I'm ready for the clarity of knowing of what I want, and I'm ready to line up with a decision and make the decision. Because that's a lot of what you're going through right now, Concha. It's how do I say it? The lack of ability to like line up with this is what I want. Does that make sense, Concha? Look at this, guys. Look at all these like high vibes we're adding to our mix. Do you guys not already feel a little bit better from just putting your focus on these good feeling things? That is what I want. Oh my God, I want to move forward. Okay, but a lot of your moving forward, Concha, is going to be about you like coming home into your body, being willing to feel all of your feelings and emotions, and like being willing to experience life again. Because that's like all that happens somewhere around that like age 35-year-old mark. We experience enough contrast, enough bad feeling things that we shut down a little bit. So now it's I'm ready to embrace that all manifestations, all goals in life will come with things that feel good about it and things that feel bad. I'm no longer holding myself back, trying to preventing myself from feeling the bad because I now get that life is about experiencing, right? So there's if you guys ever watch, if you guys want to go down like a YouTube, not a rabbit hole, but like just a little fun little video to watch. YouTube search the 9 levels of thinking. That should pull the video up. And in there, it's like, I think it's like layers of thinking that show more like cognitive awareness of the world and all of that. So there's nihilism, which is what's the point of life? There's no point of life. There's no meaning to life. And that was pretty high up there. It was like number 6, 7, or 8. But then, like, I think it was level 9 that was optimistic nihilism, which is, oh, wait, there is no like point to life. There's no bigger truth to life. It's all about our personal enjoyment of life. It's just about experiencing the passage of time. So in that time that you have here, what is it that you do want to experience? So it's like that, you know what? I do want to experience a good dancing body. I do want to experience the whole marriage thing. I do want to experience creating a thriving business. And then from there, you've got to be willing to allow yourself to change and morph into the new you. And can you look forward to meeting the person who you become? So you got to look forward to that personal growth journey of like, I am going to be a different person. Me right now running my business versus me who's running a $1 million spiritual business versus one who's running a multi-million-dollar spiritual business versus one that's making a 6-figure spiritual business. It's all different versions of me and how I show up and how I spend my time. You've got to be willing to go through that shift, Concha, because you can always come back to the previous version of you. Hey, we got Brandon in the house. What's up? Brandon, and to the other people who tuned in, this is the free time. So if you have if you have a question for a mini reading from Spirit or Tarot, just feel free to start asking it. What we're all just talking about bringing your focus to good feeling things. So that's why in the comments you kind of see we're all talking about good feeling things. Because what you focus on, you get more of. So why not just write a list every day of like, hey, this was a good feeling thing that happened to me today. This was a good feeling thing that happened to me today. So feel free to ask any questions and like, yeah, Brandon, catch us up. I'm really glad you were able to join today, Brandon. Um, okay, so because let me read for conscious questions. This is what I want. Oh my God, I want to move forward because Concha in that, and I'm ready for the universe to bring it. There's a little bit of the universe has to bring good things to me, but it's a deliberate co-creation. I am moving to Walnut Creek. I am like, right. You're at the fork in the road. You're either gonna, and I hope my uncle is okay with me saying this. If he's not, I'll check in with him. If he's not, I'll take any reference to who said this to me. But I will admit, Concha, it was really helpful when he said it to me this morning. So I kind of want to say it to you. You're at a fork in the road. And you're either going to choose but I'm afraid of being held responsible. I'm afraid of, being a authority, a leader figure. I'm afraid of being respected by people. I don't want to take this leap because then I have to show up to business every day, right? Because if you take this leap to move to Walnut Creek in this nicer house you want, you have to show up more often, right? Like right now, like me 6 months ago, I was showing up to my business, what, once a week? Now I'm showing up every day. If I want the type of readings, like 2 reads a day, that means I'm having to become a whole new person that's more organized with my usage of time. So this whole week is like, I've been waking up at my alarm 6 a.m. every day, getting up, doing something. Today I did allow myself to go back and nap a little bit longer, but for the most part, I'm going to start leaning into becoming the person who has a bedtime routine, who wakes up at the same time every day, because I want the energy to do 2 reads a day. I want to be positively impacting 2 people's lives every single day. But do you get how that's a different Kelly than the one who is kicking it on farms and kicking her feet in the river all day? And some of this, it's like, wait, but gosh, if I do that, then, and if I get 2 reads a day, I have to show up. I can't not show up. So do you see that's the fork in the road that you're at, Concha? I can choose all my fears, all my old thoughts, or I can lean into, I do want to be the person who's positively impacting 2 people a day. I do want to be the person who is not only positively impacting more people's every day, but has more money so that when I go home and visit, I have more money to visit more of my cousins when I'm home, so that I can show up and bring food. I can bring gifts instead of just showing up and being like, well, here I am. It's like, who do you want to be, right? Okay, so the part of when I was talking to my uncle this morning, um, Brandon, keep going. It felt good that I got my new credit card approved. It felt good that someone recognized that I'm a responsible person. The credit limit I got felt good. I feel like an adult. Keep going, Brandon. Let's build up these good feeling vibes for you. But okay, so Concha, it was the old me who's not held responsible for like showing up to clients every day. I was like, oh, uncle, I'm like having some of these old emotions come up. And I realized like I'm still processing a little bit of grief from my grandpa passing. And and I just like realized like I have thoughts of how can I do this without my grandpa's support? And if I do this and I get to the life of like showing up to cousin's house with gifts, showing up with money to take maybe other family on vacation, just get into like the happiness, right? It's like, oh, but that I feel like that's me not honoring how positively impactful my grandpa was in my life. I'm like, whoa, it's interesting that these emotions are coming up. And he kind of like, listened, gave a little empathy, maybe sympathy, I don't know. But then he's kind of laughed a little though, and then went, yeah, sometimes those excuses to not move forward do come up. And that is why I think every female needs a male in their life, because at some point those reasons do become excuses. So it's like a Concha, are you ready? It's not about I'm ready for the universe to bring it. I'm ready to move forward, because the universe isn't going to bring you shit. If you prepave the energy and you line up with, I'm ready to do this. For me, that the example for in me, using myself as an example for your message right now, I'm becoming the person who does 2 reads a day. It's about completely lining up with that brain, heart, body coherence. This is what I am doing. This is how I'm choosing to spend this next segment of time in my life. I am becoming that, right? And all the lifestyle changes have to happen. And then the universe will go, okay, now that you're ready, here's the person. The universe isn't just going to drop this new house on you. It's going to be okay, I'm ready to show up and be committed. I'm ready to, this means because my rent will go up. I'm committing to more clients. I'm committing to being more responsible with my money. So do you see how a lot of this is, I'm willing to become the professional Concha that takes her business serious, that shows up more for the real world, that chooses to interact with it more. Do you see how that's what a lot of this is about for you, Concha? Okay, let me focus on Brandon. Happy high vibe morning. It felt good that I got my new credit card approved. Okay, Brandon's still thinking. Okay, so Antoinette, saved my money. I felt the disgust vibe about a situation from last summer. Wasn't able to feel this before until we worked on it. Antoinette, good job. Good job. Anyone who's experienced like trauma in their life, and if you had the freeze trauma response to anything, how to get out of a freeze response. And you're in a freeze response if you're procrastinating, hiding, staying stuck, staying small. That's all the freeze trauma response. You need to regulate your nervous system and then be open to feeling the emotions of disgust. And that's a beautiful thing, because then it's like why would that person even offer me that? It gives you like a it's them, not me, and it and like helps you move forward. It's a good job for opening up to that emotion. Sometimes those reasons become excuses. I love that. Yeah, that was a pretty good like I felt the emotion release of that, but then just hearing someone say, "Oh, yeah, those excuses creep up." I was like, "Ooh, I can no longer use my grandpa passing as my excuse to not do the thing." And this is also where recognizing that you can have success no matter what vibe you're at. You can be crying, sad, and in grief and hit success. Like, those like number one hit songs where they talk about, I miss my partner, we broke up, I'm so sad. That person's in the sad vibration, a low vibe, but they're in alignment. So they create a number one hit. It felt good that I got, can I ask a question about using my energy? Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. This is the free time. Ask whatever questions you want. Antoinette and Concha are kind of just going with the flow of the topic. So yeah, Brandon, bring us some direction. Good job on filling the disgust, Antoinette. That's good. It felt good to have one of my credit cards almost paid off. Doesn't that feel good? It feels good to be getting better with my money. It feels good to be narrowing down and focusing on what I truly value and spending my money on what I truly value. I'm becoming a more intentional person versus the free willy. Yeah, let's buy that. Yeah, let's buy that. I'm becoming intentional and I'm prioritizing my financial future, my financial security more than a random bag of chips that isn't going to bring me a lot of enjoyment. So I feel proud for showing myself self-love. I feel proud of myself for taking charge of my financial future. So that's really good, Antoinette. And yeah, I'm like dying curious. What is Brandon's question about energy? I'm so curious. I believe I may have passed up the house, and I wonder if I need reassurance that I'm on the path I do feel I am. Concha, that's your excuse. Am I going to continue to use my excuse of if I get successful, I'm like not showing how much my grandpa meant to me? Or am I going to, okay, I'm figuring out how to get success now without my grandpa's support? And like, gosh, I'm getting phone calls from my uncle, and I'm like, wow, this is actually now that I have to talk to someone every day and tell them what I got done, and someone who cares about me, and someone who offers like really good emotional support and points out like, sounds like an excuse. um, Concha, you're either gonna go, or how do I say this? Because I do know what you're human to human. I know what you're saying. I know what you're feeling. But you're either going to live your life in regret or you're not. And you either live your life with the belief system of everything works out for me or you're not. For some reason, even though right now I think that that would be really, or let me give you an example. I was kind of regretting spending the money to move my stuff out here to Chattanooga. I was like, God, if I had just left my stuff in the pods in California, it would have been so much easier for me to move back and I wouldn't have to come up with this additional like $12,000. It would just be so much easier if I just didn't move it at all. Why did I move it? Okay, well, when I was like bitching, someone pointed out, oh, Kelly, was it in like this storage center in Southern California? I was like, it was. They were like, oh, well, you should know. On this date, which happened to be 3 months after I moved my stuff out here. Like there was a big explosion in one of the containers there, and about like 70% of the containers burned to a crisp because the fire department couldn't get out there in time. And the other 30% at minimum had smoke damage inside with all their stuff in there, and heat damage. Right, Concha? You're either going to live a life where everything is always working out for you. So that means maybe even though it looked perfect, maybe the neighbors sucked and were horrible. So the universe was protecting you from something that you just can't see. And it's better to put your focus on this feels really hard right now to manifest my dream house. I hate that I have negative things taking me away from it and I have positive things moving me towards it. I hate that I can't stop focusing about the potential negatives, about me showing up and being responsible. I hate that I'm not fully embodying that I'm ready to like step up into womanhood, adulthood, being taken seriously. or you're going to be, okay, this does feel different, right? It feels different for me manifesting business success without my grandpa. Um, Even though I have like a beautiful new support of my uncle right now, it still is going to feel different whether I had my uncle or didn't have my uncle, right? With the uncle, it's easier. But do you see how that is me lining up with, okay, I'm ready for success. I've got to figure out how to do it without like my grandpa. And then I was like, well, universe, it was so helpful having my grandpa to call and like dump my emotions on. And then, him coming up for a plan. And then it's like, oh, hey, my uncle's willing to talk to me every day. You've got to line up with that though, Concha. Because you either want to stay like I'm gonna call it floundering. You probably call it ultimate freedom. I just get to be in the flow of my day. I just like to be in the flow. Like you're gonna have to come back down and not space out as much as you do. Because you're gonna have to take on more clients. You're gonna have to start being more time aware and cognizant and showing up on time. So do you see how it's about trusting that that house was there to teach me a lesson? Since I've now seen more houses, I'm now gonna know a good deal when I see one. Okay. This year's the year I'll be debt free. That is my goal. That is awesome, Antoinette. Oh, Brandon. Okay. Would it be in alignment for me to put more time and energy into working at my current job? I would like to reduce my hours this year, but I enjoy my current income. Interesting. Okay. So I guess I want to do this as a let's see. Do the spirit guys want to talk to you? I kind of feel called to pull you tarot cards. Let me see. Yes, 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 Brandon. You're feeling the nudge. You're feeling the call to start pursuing alternative paths of income. And everything that Kelly just said to Concha, you're either going to choose but this is the tried and true path, or I'm willing for a time period to kind of embrace experiencing life a different way. Because you could always go back and go, nope, you know what? That is for me. That is what I like. So do you see how your choice, Brandon, you can go back if you want, but this is about you exploring. For you, it's the opposite of Concha, the little less responsible version of yourself, so that you can explore that additional path you want to go on, that additional revenue stream. And they're kind of asking, why don't you believe in like the revenue stream you're being guided to pursue? Yeah, Brandon. So what is it that you're trying to do that? And this is where Brandon, as I wait for your response, you can always be in a place of, okay, show me how this new path can make enough money. Show me how it can get brought up to speed quickly. Show me how I can enjoy it. Let me experience some of the enjoyment of it before I take the leap of faith. Because there was when I was traveling for 2 years from California to Maine and back. The company started having financial problems, and I was laid off when I was in Johnson City, Tennessee. And I still kept hearing the impulse, which you're hearing an impulse to pursue a different path, Brandon. I was hearing the impulse to still make it to Maine. And I was like, if I'm supposed to do that now that my income has been like slashed, um, I need reassurance that I'm going to be staying at nice places with beds and I'm going to be safe. So after that meditation, I went home. And the person I was staying with, his friend was on the phone and said, "Hey, Kelly, are you still traveling?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. Do you want to come to Boston?" I looked it up. It was a 6-hour drive from where I was at. And I was like, that sounds kind of good. Maybe a couple weeks, two, three, no more than three, and just to get to explore Boston. They're like, "Yeah, that would be great." And then I was like, universe, that was really good. I need a little more reassurance than 2 to 3 weeks of a place to stay. And then my friend who lives in New York called, "Kelly, are you still traveling?" It's like, "Yeah." "Well, I live 6 blocks from Central Park. Want to come hang out with me?" And I was like, "Well, look, I just got laid off." And even more, he went, That's all the more reason to do it right now, Kelly. Once you get a job, you're not gonna be able to take a vacation for at least 6 months, maybe a year. So why not right now just drive up here? And I was like, okay, it's only like I don't remember, it was 6 or 8 hours, maybe a 10-hour drive from Boston. And then from there, it was like, oh, you can go stay at your cousin's house and you could stay there all summer. So I was like, okay, that's enough reassurance for me. So do you see how every once in a while it'll feel like a blind leap of faith to follow your inner knowing, your energy, your higher self speaking to you, your intuition? But most of the time it's a deliberate co-creation between the human body you and the energy you. So you can say, universe, I'm willing to do this, but I need to see how it can make money. I need more reassurance if I'm going to do that. Um, I've been having a little success with gambling, and I could also go back to teaching chess part time. Either way, I like profiting from playing games. Oh, interesting. Okay, I can understand why gambling, you wouldn't want to put your full trust and faith into that. Um, and I don't want to encourage, I personally, on the human level, don't want to, well, I'll channel spirit for you for sure. But I don't want to encourage gambling. But, I did date a professional poker player. There are professionals at it. But it looks like you can teach chess. Okay. Either way, I like profiting from playing games. Okay. Yes. You're just, well, what we would say, you enjoy the profiting from playing games. The gambling, we would call that more of a hobby. The inspired action is teach chess. From there, you're going to be amazed, Brandon, at the people that you meet. You're going to be amazed at the conversations that happen, the kind of people you'll be introduced to. That's the one from your own inner guidance telling you what to do. Can you, Brandon, feel the difference between the two, the gambling impulse and the being a tutor for playing chess? Can you feel the difference in your body? Because we want to help you trust your intuition more. All right, guys. So a great high vibe morning. I do the show Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. The first 30 minutes are always free mini reads. After the 30-minute mark, that is when I do encourage a super chat in the suggested current amount of $20 if you would like your mini read that day, because you can always come back the next day to ask your question. In this case, since I do it Monday through Thursday, you'll have to wait till Monday. So it's just after the 30-minute mark. If you want to guarantee you get your message today, encourage super chat in the amount of $20, or I just drop my PayPal link if you prefer PayPal. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going with Brandon because his question started before the 30-minute mark. Just learning. Hi, Kelly. Long time. What's up? Just learning. Come hang out. I do the show Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. What's up? How are you? Yes, big difference from my lived experience of them so far. Okay. So big difference in your lived experience of them so far, as well as their like Brandon. We really want you to feel into the impulse idea of both of them that you got. One of them was inspired, the chess teaching. And you could always start with when Kelly started this, she's like, okay, well, here's the requirements of my day job. If I do this, well, universe, here's 2 evenings a week where I could do readings and I'll do some on Saturday. It was once those slots got full that she was like, wait a second, I'm making the same amount from doing the spiritual thing 20% part time as I am this part time job that's like 50% of my time. What would happen if I went all in on the spiritual business? So you can ask for, all right, I want to test out this chess thing. Here's my current schedule, universe. Here's a couple times I can make open for that. Show me what it would be like. I want to get more of a feel for it. So do you see how you can take this piecemeal with us? You don't have to just trust fall and quit completely. You have more wiggle room than you think you do right now, Brandon, to explore teaching chess more, building the trust that we could send you more clients. But we do guarantee you'll like the people that you meet, you'll like the connections that you'll make if you do it. Aw, thank you, Just Learning. Appreciate the comment. Um, okay, so Brandon, it kind of sounds like they're trying to really get you to hone in on when it's an inspired idea from, like the universe from your own energy versus when it's just like a human level. Hey, I do want to do this. That does sound fun. So it's really just kind of like deciphering. I'm just gonna go ahead and end Instagram. No one's being super chatty over there. Yes, I'm gonna have to sit down with that and meditate on that to feel the difference inside. Okay, all right. You guys got anything left? Anything more for Brandon? Oh, they're all excited. Yes, yes, yes. Brandon, keep filling into that because that's when your life, right now, you're at a testing ground between intuition, human level impulse. You've done some stuff where you've listened to the intuition and it's worked out well. So you're at the building the strength, building the skill set, building the confidence and your ability to get impulses. And once you lean into it and trust a little bit more, that's when your life will carry off and get into the synchronistic flow. Ask, receive, ask, receive, ask, receive. And then it'll be like the equivalent of Kelly's traveling from California to Maine and back. She's like, I didn't make enough money to pull that trip off, but somehow I had the most epic, glorious red carpet experience throughout all of the United States. And she even ended up, even though she didn't make enough money to pay for traveling and like a hotel every night, she's like, I managed to pay off my debt while traveling and save up this much money with cash. You're going to have that kind of a synchronistic flow happen for you. I do always see you having some form of a steady job though, Brandon. So don't worry. They're not going to ask you to like go off the complete deep end there. But Brandon, I hope it was nice to see you. Come back tomorrow. Antoinette Concha, thanks for carrying the show in the beginning. And I look forward to seeing you guys later tonight in the mastermind call. Don't forget, guys, if you would like a personal reading, here is the link to book that. And we could always talk about joining any masterminds in that at the end of that phone call. So lots of love to you guys. I hope you have a high vibe day, and I'll see you guys Monday. Bye.